The biggest stages in the world now found herself in an entirely different arena, one where there were no trophies, no crowds, and no playbook to follow. The battle for Alexis's health became their new reality, and unlike tennis, this was a fight that couldn't be won with pure talent or sheer will. Behind the scenes, the couple continued to seek answers. Specialists were consulted across the country. Alternative therapies were researched. Friends and family stepped in with support, but even with all the help, the emotional toll was heavy. Alexis, once the steady and composed entrepreneur, found himself dealing with sleepless nights and waves of anxiety. The fear of the unknown was the most haunting. No scan or test result could promise a definitive future. And for Serena, every match she played after the diagnosis took on a new meaning. She wasn't just playing for herself or for history, she was playing for her husband, for their daughter Olympia, for the hope that maybe their story would end in triumph, not tragedy. As the months progressed, treatment began. Alexis decided to undergo the riskier option, choosing to fight head-on, even if the odds were uncertain. Serena stood by his side through it all, from the sleepless hospital nights to the moments when Alexis's body began to weaken from the harsh effects of treatment. Through every injection, every surgery, and every bad day, Serena was there. But this journey wasn't just about pain. There were moments of light, of hope. Like when Alexis, after a particularly rough week, mustered a smile for his daughter. Or when Serena walked onto the court, carrying the weight of her private life, and still managed to play with unmatched power and grace. Fans began to notice a new layer of intensity in her matches. What they didn't know was that every win was a silent tribute to the man she loved. Still, the journey was far from smooth. The emotional roller coaster began affecting their communication. There were arguments born from fear, nights of silence born from exhaustion, and moments where even Serena, the strongest of the strong, broke down in tears, unsure of what the next day would bring. And just when things seemed like they couldn't get any more difficult, another unexpected twist hit the couple. Reports began to circulate in the media. Speculations. Gossip. Misunderstood updates about Alexis's condition. Serena, who had spent her career defending herself against media bias and criticism, now had to protect her family's privacy in the face of brutal public curiosity. Paparazzi followed them to medical appointments. Headlines exaggerated the reality. And the couple, already stretched thin emotionally, had to fight for peace and dignity amidst the chaos. But through the darkness, one thing remained constant: their love. A love that had been built on mutual respect, admiration, and friendship. Alexis's vulnerability deepened his appreciation for Serena. And Serena, seeing her husband fight so bravely, rediscovered what truly mattered beyond fame and fortune. Over time, Alexis's condition began to stabilize. The treatment, as risky as it had been, started showing signs of progress. It wasn't a miracle, and it didn't promise a cure, but it gave them something they desperately needed: hope. Serena took a brief hiatus from tennis, choosing to prioritize her family. She spent quiet days at home, soaking in every moment, every smile, every breath. For a couple who had always lived in the spotlight, these small, intimate moments became the greatest victories of all. Eventually, Serena spoke publicly about their journey, not in a press conference, but in an emotional interview where she opened up about the pain, the resilience, and the love that got them through. Her words struck a chord with fans around the world. People weren't just inspired by her athletic accomplishments anymore, they were inspired by her humanity. Today, Alexis and Serena continue to navigate life's challenges together. The diagnosis changed them, not just physically or emotionally, but spiritually. It reminded them that behind every success story, there's often a silent battle being fought in the background. And as for Olympia, she may be too young to fully understand what her parents went through, but one day she'll know the truth, that her father is a fighter, her mother is a warrior, and together they rewrote what it means to be a power couple. This wasn't the story of a fall from grace. It was the story of a rise through adversity. A reminder that even the strongest among us face moments of fear, pain, and uncertainty. But it's how we rise, how we support each other, and how we fight through those moments that define us. Real strength goes far beyond trophies, titles, or business success. It isn't just about dominating the tennis court or founding multi-million-dollar companies. True strength shows up in the quiet, painful moments, the ones no one else sees. It's found in those long nights filled with uncertainty, in the whispered reassurances when words fail, and in the decision to keep showing up for the people you love, no matter how heavy the burden becomes. Strength is holding someone's hand through a terrifying diagnosis, even when your own heart is breaking. It's choosing to stay present, even when everything inside you wants to shut down and escape the pain. It's pushing forward when your future looks nothing like the life you once imagined. And most importantly, it's loving fiercely, not just in the easy moments, but especially when things get hard. Because that's when love means the most. That's when love becomes the anchor, the shield, and the light guiding you through the darkness. What Serena Williams and Alexis Ohanian went through is a reminder for all of us. Life doesn't always go according to plan. Sometimes, the strongest people face the most unexpected battles. But what truly defines them isn't just how they survive those battles, it's how they love through them. It's how they keep believing, keep holding on, and keep walking forward, together. In a world that often celebrates surface-level success, it's important to remember that resilience is quiet, powerful, and often invisible. It's found in the choice to stand by each other when everything else seems to fall apart. It's found in the tears, in the prayers, in the hospital visits, and in the smallest moments of hope that keep us going. So, if this story touched you, let it be a reminder that love and resilience are two of the most powerful forces we have. They may not fix everything, but they can carry us through anything. Thank you so much for watching. If this story moved you, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone who might need a little reminder today, that even in our hardest moments, we're never truly alone.